This here is Kurt, and he has volunteered to work part-time as security around here, although he can't really do much trapped in this boat. Whatever, I guess I'll just have to leave him here until I find a use for him. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Forever World series. If you're new here, I'm Ultra, and I love to build. That's all you need to know. But hey, I did some work around here since I saw you all last, and there's a lot to showcase here, but I guess I can start by saying, I think now I know what kind of theme I'm going for here. In my last video, some of you guys mentioned how much this forest reminded you guys of Gravity Falls. Now, I haven't really watched that series before, but I know of it very well, and I did some digging around and thought, hey, my forest actually does kind of look a little like the forest the show takes place in. And the more I looked into it, the more I fell in love with the overall theme and ambience. Now, I've always wanted to stay away from simple concepts such as medieval or modern, and I've always liked the in-between, and I think that show really falls within that category. So because of that, I've started to add a couple things around here and experiment a little. For example, you see this board here, like there's nothing on it as in right now, but it fits the vibe very well. And next to it, you have this little lamp over here illuminating, a small amount of light, because typically forests don't have that much lighting, and every now and again you'll find these lampposts kind of casting some light on important things such as directions or whatever would be on this board here. If you walk down this path over here, you'll find that there are power lines, and this just looks great. And if you look right under it, you have whatever this is. I mean, while I was building it, I was thinking about some sort of fuel pump. Don't know if that translated well at all, but hey, the idea here is just to add these small details every now and again to kind of give this place some character. And if you look over to the left, you have more signage. Now, I'm not quite sure what the name of this is, but occasionally you find these things over in like the woods, kind of telling you where you're headed, and usually they'd have words on them. I'm not quite sure how to add words on this or what I would even add on there, but I'm sure you get the point by now. The main goal here is to add detail which overall characterizes an environment. Anyways, I did some work to the moss farm as well. Excuse the oxidizing copper here, but hey, there we go again. We have some more signage. Not the biggest fan of this. Again, I'm just trying out ideas here. We'll definitely come back to fix this, but as you can see, it directs you to the moss farm. Now, the farm has been doing its job pretty well, no complaints so far, but there's not really much going on up there. However, in the last episode, I did mention a basement idea here, and now we have one. It's still a work in progress. I just dabbled a little here and there and kind of came up with this. The overall idea here is to kind of have halls branch out onto smaller farms, such as maybe a sugarcane farm or maybe even a bamboo farm. But a sugarcane farm will definitely come in handy pretty soon, because today, we're taking a trip back to the end for those elytras. But we'll have to wait on that. As in right now, let me tell you what I have planned for today's episode. Lots of open land, lots of opportunity. Ignore that structure over there, that's just supposed to be a placeholder. We're building a diner today, a simple diner that will be open 24 hours, and it'll be a place to stop by 2 a.m. at night before heading back out into the mountains to mine coal. It's going to be your typical family-owned diner, following the same themes we discussed earlier with all the fun little details. If you can't tell, I am very excited for this, and this will be a great way to sort of expand the forest into this area back here, which will make the views just perfect. Okay, I've been doing quite a bit of talking now. The first thing I want to do is extend this pathway out into this area a little bit and kind of line it with all sorts of bushes and foliage to better ease the transition through all the way to the diner, to allow it to sit more naturally as opposed to just plopping it down and calling it a day. So why don't we get started with that? Okay, great. Now we have ourselves a dirt path leading to where the diner is going to be. The point of focus for this build will be right about here. So you can imagine we'll frame it out with more pine trees, and in the middle of it all, we'll set the diner. Alongside it, a tall sign with a whole bunch of info plastered on it. It's going to be nice, but we'll get back to that in just a moment. Right now, there's something I want to show you all. I want to introduce you all to the Forever Tree. This tree represents you. It represents the life and energy that keeps this world alive. But this tree here is a little outdated now because recently we just hit a huge milestone of 1,000 subscribers, and I think it's time this Forever Tree grows along with us. 1,000 leaves and counting. While building this, I realized 1,000 leaves is truly a lot, and it's a great milestone to celebrate. This right here is a little bit more than 1,000 because I think I'm gonna keep on adding to this the more we grow as a channel. It's placed on top of this hill here so you could see it from wherever you are, and I think by having the trunk being made up of birch and pale oak really helped make it stand out. And you know what, maybe this tree will grow taller the more milestones we surpass. I am beyond excited to see what comes next, and I just want to say how appreciative I am of your support. Okay, time to actually do this thing. I'm going to put up on screen real life references for this project so that way you can get a better understanding of what it is we're going for here. But as you can see, these diners and restaurants tend to give off your local family run establishments that you know for a fact serve some good food, and the interiors are like almost always dimly lit with many framed photos on the walls, so that's pretty much the overall vibe that we are going for here. And here are a couple sketches I drew up. I'm not the best when it comes to free drawing, but this is the most important part when it comes to planning out a build. I made a whole video on how to take real life builds and how to best recreate them in game, so I'll leave a link to that video in the description down below. Alright, I think we're all on the same page now. Let's build this thing. This was a lot of fun to put together. It has plenty of character, and the environment feels a lot more like a forest, although we're still missing some trees around here, which eventually I will kind of add as time goes on. But what do you guys think? I think for the most part, the diner itself definitely gives off small town trucker stop type vibes. And here's how it looks standing at the point of focus. I just changed my FOV to about 50, and I gotta say, this definitely passes the framed photo test. Inside, as you might have guessed, is still empty. I'm still trying to figure out how the layout is going to look exactly, but for the most part, my overall idea is to have your typical small town diner that's just an absolute clutter. What I mean by this is that we have a small space to work with, so that means every block counts in this case. But here we could possibly have a couple of booths lining the windows, and right across we could have maybe sort of a bar style countertop with stools. And then just a whole bunch of small details here and there to kind of close up the space and really make it feel like a diner. It'll definitely be a challenge to work with such a space, but that's what makes it fun. Okay, well, I think I've done enough building for now. Let's take a break and head back to the end for those elytras. It has definitely been a while, but there is no turning back now because I am not leaving until I get at least one elytra. Okay, I remember there's two ways you can go about this. One with the trapdoor and the other using an ender pearl. I'll just use the trapdoor, seeing as I pretty much made it for this very purpose. So here goes nothing. Just place the trapdoor here, and it should be as easy as that. Whoa. Whoa, that was too close. Okay, I think it's time that we start bridging over to islands until we find a city or maybe even a ship. Let's start off with the ender pearls. I like to go in third person here so I don't make any eye contact. The worst part is when you have to bridge over two separate islands that have a gap as big as this, because this is trippy. Oh, I see something. Does it have a ship? I'm not really seeing anything else. It could just be that. Yeah, we're gonna have to take a closer look. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, crap. Oh my goodness. That was not smart. Yep, just a very small end temple. Is that what they're even called? Get away from me. Oh, look at this guy. What? I have never seen that before. He's possessed. Okay, what is the best way to kill these shulkers? Like this? Okay, I highly doubt that there's going to be anything up here. Yep, just as I imagined, there is nothing here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nice. Okay, the only other structure I see around here is this one, but I did notice that the room's a little bit bigger up there, so that could possibly mean loot. Okay, we have arrived. Gotta sneak past the guards here. Don't mind me, just gonna go for some loot. Come on, allow me to ascend. Oh, what the heck? No, 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 this is not what I wanted. Oh, nice, some chests. And 3. Never mind, there's one more. Nice, now they're all gone. Looks like we got ourselves a shulker head. How do I look? I look like some old dude. Okay, let's see what these chests have. Okay, let's see what this has. It's whatever. You know, these remind me of like heat-seeking missiles or something. You know, it might be a good idea to collect some of these end rods. Oh, we found another city. Wait, hold on. This one actually looks big. Whoa. Does it have a ship? I don't think it has a ship. I think that's a ship. Yep, that's definitely a ship. There it is. Okay, we're gonna need to collect some blocks to stack up here. Okay, we'll break in from here. Take some of these potions. Just gotta get rid of them real quick. There we go. And there it is with all of its glory. I'll take that. Sky's the limit. We got it. Now I definitely don't want to forget about this dragon head. Dragon head secured. Okay, now before making this trip, I made sure to craft up some rockets. That way we could try out these wings for the very first time. Okay, here goes nothing. And we're flying. Man, I forgot how much fun this was. I would say mission accomplished. We got well beyond what we came here for, so I would say this trip has been a success. I'm gonna go ahead and raid this city over here, and we're gonna need to find our way back home. This thing is a lot of fun, and it's gonna definitely make getting harder blocks from further distances a lot easier. And if you have ever wondered how this forest looks from a bird's eye view, well, now you know. It's insane to me, just a few episodes back, we were just getting started on making this lake house over there, and I just remember how open and vast this area was. But if you think this is a lot, trust me, in a few episodes from now, this forest will just keep on getting bigger and bigger. However, I'd still prefer to walk around my base because this forest was designed to walk within the woods rather than above them. But now we have shulker boxes as well, which will make life a lot easier when it comes to planning or even collecting materials for projects. Speaking of projects, I am pleased to announce that we have finished the interior for the diner. It took a lot of redesigning, but I think it turned out pretty good. Let's take a tour. On to our right here, we have the seating area. Now, yeah, it's not that much seating, but let's not forget, this is a pretty small town, so I highly doubt that there's going to be more than 5 people here at a time. But something that I tried doing was that every possible space that was open that could be filled up, I filled it up somehow. And that's to kind of go with the whole clutter theme I wanted to go for, was that every piece of open area was to be filled. And if you look over to the left here, we have the bar styled seating, which I gotta say, I absolutely love the amount of layering that's going on over here. I don't know what this is called, but it looks cool, and these item frames are, I don't even know what they're supposed to be, but I thought they looked pretty cool. Don't know if they'll stay or not. Something else I really love about this is the amount of layering that you see. You have the barrels in the back, then you have the paintings, and in front of them the signs, and right under them all these trapdoors. It just feels nice. I'm sure most of you understand what I'm talking about. Anyways, behind the counter here you have this little raised platform, so you know, it fixes the height. But back here, there's not really much going on. You have this window here that kind of shows you a little bit of a pine tree in the back. You can't really see it right now because it's a little dark out, but in the daytime, it kind of pops out. Then you got this little fish head here. This could possibly indicate maybe some sort of, Actually, I have no idea what this could be. I was about to say this is some sort of taxidermy fish, but I don't even think those exist. Whatever, it looks cool, and plus I needed something to fit on this shelf. But I think the overall idea has been translated pretty well, and I'll be in and out of this place every now and again, adding some final touches to the place. And you know what? I think I just thought of a great job opportunity for Kurt. Hey Kurt, I think I got a job for you. Apparently they'll just straight up hire anyone as long as you got a GED. You have one of those, right? Come on, you're almost there. Just follow me right to the back here. And there we are. Kurt's now got a full-time job at the diner. It's pretty quiet around here, so I highly doubt that this guy's ever going to be overworked. Okay, today we have done a lot of good work. I am very happy with the way the Forever Tree turned out, as well as the diner. It doesn't really serve a main purpose other than to give this place some character, but that is my favorite part about building. From finding the inspirations to figuring out a backstory, the whole process is a lot of fun. But let me know what you think of it, and let me know if you have any suggestions for any other projects in the future. And with that, my name is Ultra161, and I'll see you all in the next one.